Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Greg M here with your sports report. Well, my prediction didn't go as planned. I was kind of looking to see if Bryan Levell was going to do something shocking. I mean, it took Jamaica out of the dry spell of the 200 since Usain Bolt had nobody viable for the 200 to be on the podium. So congratulations to the young man, Bryan Levell from Jamaica, 1964. So he PR'd. No lies, congrats to him. You know, the experience and the warrior mentality paid off for him. He ran a little bit slower, but I wasn't expecting no 1935. I was expecting maybe if all goes well and these guys really put it out there, maybe 19.49. But I predicted if they do win 1949 to 19.5, 19.55, something like that. And I was actually predicting that for second and third place. And I was like, if Bednarik rise, he could actually win gold. If Bryan Levell, the young man, can't hang with the crowd. But Bryan Levell hang with the crowd and got third and PR. So this man has a long future. No lies, is getting tougher and tougher. Man, he pulled it out like a warrior though. 1952, so I know he felt good. Bednarik, second, still inconsistent, but he's becoming known as the Silver King now. Bryan Levell is on the rise, so these guys have to be looking over their shoulder constantly now. It's not going to be this comfortable, sure thing winning anymore. Because some people thought Bryan Levell could have pulled it off. You know, his experience, and, you know, maybe, you know, if he didn't tighten up, he wasn't as smooth when the pressure hit him. He tightened up a little bit, but held enough to get that bronze because let's see it was coming, right? So Levell dipped and was able to get him at the line. So let's see, he's bounced back quite a bit from a slow start to his season. He complained about injuries. Zarnell Hughes took it out there, 19.78. Man, a bunch of people rode sub-20s. Orgando, 20.01. He almost went under the 20. Maybe if he had dipped. Zimbabwe, Tapo Wanashi, 21.2. You know, the slowest, last place, 20.23. What a damn fast race. You know what I'm saying? But look for Bryan Levell to keep us on the podium in the near future. I just wish the man to, good health for the future. Because, he did cramp up at the Jamaica trials. That's why he's not in the 100. And it might have helped him for the 200. We don't know if he would have been able to manage 100 and then come back because of the experience, And who knows, he might have still done well. But I think that helped him a lot. That he didn't have as much stress on his body and was able to be in the mix. I mean, Bednarik, 19.5 to 19.6, that's not a far beat. I mean, they were kind of right on the line and Noel was able to just basically hold off everybody else. So, like I said, it's getting harder and harder. And I think Bednarik one of these days is going to get him. But not before Bryan Levell come up and say, hey, hold my beer. I'm coming for you all. So Bryan Levell sent a message. From now on, don't count me out. I'm going to be in the mix from now on. And I'm coming for gold every time I see you guys. And I think eventually he's going to get it. And as long as he keeps his head together, keep his mental toughness, keep working hard, work on that last 20 or 30 meters to stay relaxed, get stronger. Because he's gradually improving, man. He's making good progress. And at only 21, youth is on his side. And now for the women's 200, I was predicting Shericka Jackson. But apparently, she doesn't have enough 400 left in her anymore. She's not a 400 meter runner anymore. I know people say she's a 400 meter person. But if you're not doing the 400 meter work, and you're divided between the 100 and the 200, and you didn't really put in the work for the 200 to get stronger and work on some serious speed endurance work, it's going to be tough. And then you never really get the speed down enough to come off that curve, be flying, and then all you have to do is maintain like Melissa Jefferson. But I said if Melissa Jefferson come off that curve ahead, it's over, right? And Melissa just came off that curve and just started motoring down, and nobody could go with her. You know what I'm saying? Sharika, kudos to her still. She came back and got a medal after the last year with all that stuff with the Olympics, getting injured. And I think maybe she and her coaching staff, they were maybe too overly cautious with her to get her back healthy this year. But youth is not on her side. She's now past 30 years old. And it's only going to get tougher because these young ladies are going to keep improving. Stop short of them, getting an injury and slowing them down. Look what happened to Sha'Carri Richardson. She got an injury too. You see what injuries does. Even though Sha'Carri is still a young person, it was hard to bounce back and hit that top form again. But probably next year, Sha'Carri is going to be in the mix. And who knows, beating Wooden and showing that, hey, she's still a force to be reckoned with. Sharika is going to be just tougher. And I think at this point, work on that 100 meter speed, but work on that 400 meter strength. And focus more on the 200, because the 100 is just going to get harder and harder. We got Tia and Tina Clayton up and coming. It's going to be hard to defeat those young women because they're only going to get better. As long as they stay healthy too. And Navia Battle, man, she came working hard. I mean, she was coming at Sharika, but, and the thing about it, I was expecting, Amy Hunt is a surprise to me. Sharika really tightened up near the end and had no answer. And it was a little disappointing. But as I predicted, it was going to take at least 21.69 to 21.72. I was thinking. I didn't see anybody running 21.6 low or 21.5, 21.4. Sharika Jackson laid down that gauntlet in our best of our shape a couple of years ago. But still, congrats to Sharika, man, at 31. And coming from such a disappointment and scare of a bad injury, we don't know how bad that injury was, but it took her a while to get into gear. And maybe now she's just really getting into gear for next year, but as she's looking at going 32 now, still young enough. I don't know if it will be, that she'll be able to hold that high intensity of maintaining top level performance going into 2028. Can you see what happened to our spring queen, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce? It was very impressive what she did at 38 to be in the final with them youngsters, but she couldn't quite run that tip-top level anymore. And it's just realistic. You can't push the body more than what it can handle based on aging process. You have to do what you can in the earlier stage. All you can do is hope to make it out there. Not to say mid-30s can't accomplish some great things, but your training has to be on point. You have to maintain your body as healthy as possible, control how much stress you put on it and how much you compete to not burn yourself out. You have to run a little differently as the older you get and train a little differently, but you got to keep that strength up. But Dina Asher-Smith, well, she was really off the curve though. I think she made Melissa Jefferson come. I mean, I actually come to think of it, I think she came off the curve first. I'll have to look at that race again. She ran a hell of a curve, man. She's a good curve runner, but she just can't translate it into keeping the momentum. It's like she just run 100 meters and then that's it. Look at 22.43. Melissa did the world lead time 21.68. And I think she's going to get better. Her confidence is sky high and she sees what the hard work does for her. She's only going to keep going at it. And she don't look like a type of person that's injury prone and all that, that's delicate. Even though she's small in stature, slim frame. So she just, once you get her going, man, she's just gone. And it shows that she had top end speed because she wasn't really first off the curve, but close enough. And with that 10.61 speed, she was able to motor past everybody and open up and run that 21. Because look, 21.68 to 22.1, and that's a beating. Congratulations to Melissa Jefferson Wooden. And yeah, I made some bold predictions, but I'm willing to own up to it. Melissa pulled off based on, she showed that she's consistent and not easily beaten. And Shericka Jackson just showed that she can make a comeback and still be a factor. Yeah, she got beat by Amy Hunt, but I think she should have leaned also. But I think she started kind of tightening up. She started decelerating too much and probably didn't want to push herself and risk an injury. So she just kind of came through and just say, all right, accepted the third spot instead of leaning more into it. But those are the times, man. Brittany Brown, Talu, Eva Warrior making finals, but she's just, I think her time is ran out on her now too. She's a performer for finals and one races. Mackenzie Long, I still think that girl have a lot of potential. She maybe need to find a new coach, work on some strength work, some serious strength work. I don't think speed is our problem, but something is going on because that girl got potential to be a good 200 meter runner. You know what I'm saying? I think something is going on with the coaching and the strength work and the speed development. You know, there's something missing. So she have to go think about that. Shericka, the next year or two, she still have a good 2 years in her. Maybe she can hang in there long enough to be a factor 2028. I think it's going to be tough for 2028, but we'll see. Because there's going to be more young people coming up. There's going to be more 21-year-olds and 22-year-olds coming up who are going to be motivated and charged up coming for the older folks, the veterans. It's going to be tougher for Noah Lyles, Bednarik as they get older. Remember, Noah Lyles is 28, still young though, so he's still got some youth on his side too, but the younger guys are coming. But congratulations to everybody in the finals that made it to the finals. They're the top 8 in the world at this point, based on the times. And the ones that showed in the top 3s, those are the best of the best. And you can't take nothing away from gold to bronze, right? They earn that, and they can be happy that they come out with an award, and they can look forward to improving and keep getting better and better. So I just hope that they were rewarded mightily financially for their wins, because track and field need to get better at rewarding their athletes financially better instead of giving them scraps, and you only have to break a world record to make money or get the goal to really make money. And I hope more people sponsor track and field athletes for putting out the hard work, reaching finals, and especially the ones who medal and set records and all that. Duplantis, man, that brother break 14 world records, but in one event. Sydney McLaughlin, still impressive. She went to another event and set a championship record, an American record, and beat seasoned veterans. That girl's talented. What's she gonna do next? Run the 100 hurdles and win that too? 200, win that too? Before, time run out on her. She gonna do everything and beat everybody. But anyway, 200 was superb, man. Exciting, and we had some good times out of them. 19.52 and 19.68 for the women. So kudos to the champions, man. You have to give them credit where credit due and respect. You know what I'm saying? And big ups to my homegirl, Shericka, for putting Jamaica on the board in the 200 again. And Bryan Levell, I see great things coming from him in the future. We need to protect him and make sure that this man, is encouraged, right? And stay motivated to keep giving it his best. I see him running 19.5 soon. And then from there on, the sky is the limit. All right, that's it for now. Until next time, I just, wanted to come out and own up to my predictions. Didn't go as well as wanted to, but I'm still give respect to the winners. They earned it.